How to get rid of blackheads in ear, fast and naturally home remedies. Blackheads can in general appear in a different part of your body. The most common place is face, especially your nose and the T-zone of the face, as there is too much of oil being produced. Although blackheads are very annoying when it appears on your face, it is even more horrible if you can find blackheads in your ears. Ears are not so easy accessible and it can be a problem to get rid of blackheads in your ears. But first let's try to understand what is the real problem, what the blackheads really are. Blackheads are small bumps that appear on your skin because of clog of hair follicles. It is called blackheads because indeed it has a blackhead on the top most of the time. If you are interested in details, the blackheads are made up of the dead skin cells and sebum, which is oil from the sebaceous glands. You may find blackheads not only on your face, the T-zone nor in the ears. It can affect other parts of your body, such as chest, neck, arm, shoulder and back. In general, the blackheads are not looking good and usually make you wonder how to remove them simply and fast. What is the reason of the blackheads in your ears? So in general, blackheads in the ears can happen to everyone, but most of the time they can be found on your skin when you have a problem with too oily skin. Blackheads are caused by an excessive oil in your sebaceous glands. It can also be a reason of Propionibacterium acne in your ears. Sometimes hormonal changes can make increase in oil production. It can take place during pregnancy, menstruation, while using contraception pills or at puberty. Also, some of the medications can increase the amount of blackheads in your ears. It is the case of taking androgens, lithium and corticosteroids. And the same like with an acne formation, your diet can be crucial here as well. So you should avoid some of the dairy products and food rich in carbohydrates. But if you already have a problem with blackheads in your ears, you should start to search for the best method to remove them. You need to know that to get rid of blackheads in your ears can be quite difficult. First of all, it is tricky to reduce number of blackheads in general, and especially blackheads in ears are difficult to remove. If you don't have a problem with it, you don't need to do anything. It is nothing painful or harmful, but it only looks unattractive and can be annoying to you. But do not worry, there are some methods to get rid of blackheads. You can choose between fully natural, homemade remedies or choose more medical treatment. In both situations, it is very important how you take care of your skin and ears especially. So let's have a look on the easiest methods to remove blackheads. It is also important to keep to these methods if you want to avoid appearances of blackheads as well. How to get rid of blackheads in the ears fast. Clean your ears. This is the easiest and the cheapest advice that you can hear about your problem with blackheads in the ears. Maybe it sounds funny, but it is very important to keep your ears clean when you want to avoid or reduce blackheads trouble. Of course, you need to know how to clean your ears correctly. All you need to do is to clean your ears regularly each day while taking a shower. You should use some of the gentle cleanser to make them clean completely each time. All of these will help you to remove excess of oil, dirt and dead skin cells from your ears. Exfoliate. Do you feel surprised? Yes, it is possible, and actually it is recommended to exfoliate your skin also in your ears. Dead skin cells are accumulating there all the time. Taking a shower can be not enough to clean ears perfectly. So if you want to be sure you remove all of the dirt, use a special exfoliate product to scrub and clean your ears as best as possible. You can try also natural ingredients to exfoliate your skin. You could discuss it with your family doctor to be sure if it is a good idea. But in general use is a salicylic acid, which is a chemical exfoliant. If you decide to exfoliate your ear skin with salicylic acid, you can simply add a bit of it on a cotton swab and apply it directly on the blackheads in your ears. This should help you to remove all of the dirt and dead skin cells. It will clean your blocked pores for sure.